Multiply and divide decimals by 10, 100, and 1,000. Okay? Now, as a general rule, usually when you multiply, what happens to the value of your number? Right, I mean, so if we were to take a look at what happens when we multiply, usually our number gets larger, and our number gets larger by moving our decimal where? Right, correct. And when I divide, usually we get smaller, not always, and not always bigger when multiplying, but we'll move our decimal to the left. And a lot of this is mental math, okay? And mental math as far as powers of 10 are concerned. For example, if you had 3 and 42 hundredths, and we were going to multiply by 100, we can figure this out in our heads. Because multiply means I'll move to the right, I'll move my decimal to the right, and since it's 100 and there's 2 zeros, I will move it 2 places to the right. 2 places to the right will give us 342. So if I can get straight that when I multiply, my decimal will move to the right, and whatever my power is, like 10 to the second power, 2 zeros and 100 means 2 places. Then we're going to be fine. 235 thousandths times 10. So multiplication, which means to the right, how many places this time? 1, because there's only 1 zero, equals 2.35. No, no. When you multiply by powers of 10. Just look at that problem, and you can tell me right away that 4 times 100 is what? Good. Did you need to move any decimals there to tell me that's what it was? But you did. Where's the decimal in 4? How many places did we move it? 2. So it's still 400. So we're not doing a magic trick. We're not like reinventing multiplication. All we're doing is finding out in what cases is it just a matter of moving the decimal. Okay? Yeah, you can look at 4 times 100 and know it's 400. But some of the other ones, you have to use the clues from what you're working with. Okay? All right? Now these are just regular powers of 10. Okay? These are regular powers of 10. So if that's what happens when I multiply, when I divide, divided by 100, now I'm going to move a completely different direction, but since it's 100 and there's 2 zeros, I'll go 2 places to the left then when I divide. So now I'll have yeah. But Carlos, it only works because we're working with powers of 10. Okay? Like here, what about this one? Like 6 times 1. Right. Now, do we move the decimal any places? No. Why? I don't have any what? They're just 1. Okay? Okay, like 1.0? Well, we can't. 1.40? Well, 1.401 and 4 zeros after the decimal. Then it's not a power of 10. What are powers of 10? 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000. It's a 1 with a number of zeros after it, or a decimal with zeros and ones following the decimal. Those are powers of 10. Okay? Yeah, I'll give you a couple of each, okay? You're looking at the powers of 10. Is this the same thing? Isn't it the same thing? You're multiplying. So how many places are you going to move the decimal?
2.
To what direction?
Right.
1, 2 equals. Okay. Now here, division, which means to the left, 1 place because of the 1, 0, and 10. There. So yes, we need to put the decimal. We need the 0, because now it's snuck in there. Okay. So 0.0235. Okay. Try that. Okay, so dividing, which means left, 1,000 means 3 places. Mariah? Perfect, very good. Okay? Dividing, yeah, so make sure we know what it is that we are doing. Let's take a look at one like this. Oh, sit down. Alexis. I don't want the answer. I want to know how you got it. Okay, I would also recommend a different way. Not to say that what you had or what you did was incorrect, but there's an easier way. Just waiting. Just a lot of extra chatter. There's an easier way than taking 5 times 4.2. You're multiplying by a 10, which means if you follow the pattern we've been using, it means your decimal somewhere is going to move how many places into what direction? One to the right. So if I focus instead on multiplying those two first, I will get 5 times 42. 5 times 40 is what? Five times 2 . Okay. We just used distributed property. Okay. So we take a look at what we have and what's going to make it a little bit easier. Okay. Take out worksheet 1-8.